Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we are talking about my top 10 favorite horror short films that are perfect for the Halloween season. I've watched a ton of short films over the last year, and I'm subscribed to the Alter channel, which makes it even easier because they're always putting out content at least twice a week. I'm constantly getting my fill of horror shorts, and I'm always adding to this list. These are just the top 10 horror shorts that I can think of off the top of my head, and I might make another list later sometime. I tried to include horror shorts that were 2 million views or less, but that was sort of hard to do, so there's a range of viewership. These are not in any particular order. So let's get started with my top 10 horror shorts for this Halloween season. Before we get started, if you could please like and subscribe, it really helps out the channel and I like seeing you here. So let's get started. The first horror short I'm going to be talking about is called The Chair. The Chair takes us on a disjointed journey through the life of a man that finds a chair on the side of the road. Likely not anticipating his inconsequential find, he brings the chair into his home. Initially, his girlfriend finds the chair quote-unquote creepy, and everything is fine from there until he notices that he's having major lapses in memory. Tons of time is missing from his recollection, and his thought processes become jumbled. His life becomes incohesive, and he starts to really lose control. The short is a fun ride that will make you feel lost and confused. The second story on my list is called Peephole. Peephole starts with a man sleeping on his couch with his TV on. When he hears a knock at the door, he goes to answer it, and no one's there. Just when he thinks that he's missed whoever was knocking and begins to walk away, he hears another knock. This time, instead of opening his door, he uses the peephole. But what he sees is himself. From there, things take a sinister turn. At first, things are lighthearted, and he thinks nothing of his doppelganger's presence. It's clear that there's more to this than he thought. This short is very short, coming in only at 3 minutes and 42 seconds. This is probably one of the shortest shorts I have on here, but it's definitely a must-watch. The third short on my list is called Highway. This is a short that I'm honestly surprised doesn't have more views. It's about a girl walking alone on the highway with her Walkman, and she's warned of an incoming storm. She hitches a ride with a family and soon realizes that she's actually in more trouble than she was before. And that's really all I'm going to say about it because I don't think it needs a bigger plot synopsis. I don't want to ruin anything. It's really one of those viewing experiences where you can just feel that something isn't right. Things feel very dissociated, as if it's a nightmare you can't wake from. Everything is technically normal, but there's something not quite right about the scene, and that's the entire short in a nutshell. It's excellent. The fourth short on my list is called The Jigsaw. The Jigsaw is about an older man who purchases a puzzle from a shop and is warned about the puzzle's dangers before he brings it home. When he brings the puzzle home and starts to put it together, he realizes that this is no ordinary puzzle, even though he was freaking warned. It has a much more sinister existence. This is a cinematically extravagant short horror film. There are multiple angles, and the cinematography is superb for a short film. It really helps to engross you in the moment and the terror of what is about to happen. Definitely check it out. The next horror film on this list is called Popcorn. And this is probably, if I were to rank the horror shorts that I'm putting on this list, this would be the lowest ranking. Not that I am. It just had a very interesting concept that I thought was well executed, but it's a bit on the novice side of things. The short is about a man who receives a text message in the middle of the night from an unknown number with a picture that popcorn is being made in his home. He gets scared and leaves, but is relentlessly followed by this unknown intruder. It's on the much lighter side of the recommendations on this list. It's a fun watch, I guess. It's not supposed to be a horror comedy, but it's a fun watch. The sixth horror short is called Curve. Curve is less horror-inducing and more anxiety-inducing. It is a very simple concept that is just so well executed. A woman is stuck on a curved cliff, and all she has to do is hold on to the side of this cliff. but she has nothing to hold on to. So she's just using her, I don't know, innate balance and also the friction from her hands. She needs to do this to avoid falling into a bottomless void of nothing. Presumably, we cannot hear or see anything down into the vast abyss that is on the side or on the edge of this cliff. Would definitely recommend this. Check it out. If you have anxiety, just know that it's very, very anxiety inducing, but it's so good. My next recommendation is called The Painting. The Painting is about a young woman cleaning her new home, and at the end of the clean, she notices a painting in one of the rooms. There is an ominous message when she removes this painting behind this painting. It becomes clear that the painting has a life of its own, and so do the messages on the wall when the painting is removed. She is not getting this painting out of her house, and maybe she won't even leave. It's a good watch. I definitely recommend it. Next up is a short called The Other Side of the Box. This is a horror short that is actually really, really popular. I think it has something like 11 million views, but it's still worth mentioning nonetheless. A couple is having a nice, normal night, and all of a sudden they are visited by the woman's ex. He has a present for her for Christmas. He gives the woman's boyfriend the box, and then he leaves. The box is open, and it looks as if there's absolutely nothing inside. And then while the boyfriend is looking away from the box, he looks over to the box again, and a head appears in the box. The boyfriend reasons that he has to continue to look at the box for the head to stay in the box. The head is honestly so creepy. The movements are creepy. The atmosphere is creepy. Overall, this is just a fantastic short film, and I understand why it has 11 million views. So much is done with the concept in such a short amount of time, and that is why I love horror short films. I feel like they give just enough context and exposure to whatever is happening on the screen for you to be fearful. Things like this, concepts like this, probably wouldn't work in long form film as well as they do in a short form film. Definitely recommend this short. My next recommend is a horror comedy short. It's called We Got a Monkey's Paw. Two friends throw around ideas about what they should do with their night, and some of the ideas include conjuring spirits and Ouija boards. They ultimately use a monkey's paw, and shenanigans ensue. They are thrown into several different time loops, and it's just really funny. The acting is great, the concept was fun, I loved it. The last film I'm going to be talking about is called The Sky. This short is not only scary, but sad. It starts with two friends hanging out and talking. They start to take a few things, if you know what I mean, and drinking a little bit. It's clear that something big is happening, something life-changing. The girls grapple with the relationship they have together and with the relationships that they have with their family. It's a very well-acted, brilliant concept that really makes you feel a bit defeated at the end, to be completely honest. Totally worth the watch. So that is it for the horror shorts recommendation. Again, I might make another one in the future, so subscribe to see that. And if I don't make another YouTube video before this month is over, I hope you all have a very nice Halloween, a very nice and spooky Halloween. Bye for now.